Hey Labradors, today I'm reading An Eye for Color, the story of Joseph Albers, or Joseph Albers if you say it as he would have. It's by Natasha Wing and the art is by Julia Breckenried. An Eye for Color. The Story of Joseph Albers by Natasha Wing, art by Julia Breckenried. For my sister Nina, and for Ryan and the sea of apples above our heads, and for my mother Anne, an artist in disguise. Joseph Albers saw art in the simplest things. Growing up in a coal mining city in Germany, he watched his father paint doors as if they were artists' canvases. As a poor student, he mined scraps from the dump and turned them into collages that shined like jewels. Cool, huh? When he became an art teacher, he experimented with glass and optical illusions. In 1933, Joseph was invited to teach in America. His goal was to open eyes, watch what's going on, he told his students, and capture the accident. Can you see how he spilled red paint? Some of it went on a white square, and some of it went on a black square. Although he found simple beauty in America, it was Mexico that captured his eyes. The building, the pottery, the way colors looked different under the Mexican sun fascinated him. He wrote to a fellow artist, "Mexico is truly the promised land of abstract art." During one visit, he made a series of abstract paintings inspired by adobe buildings. Their flat roofs and smooth, sun-dried mud surfaces were both simple and bold. Over and over again, Joseph painted nothing but rectangles. Long rectangles, tall rectangles, rectangles within rectangles, all in different combinations of color. Interesting effects emerged. When he changed the colors of the rectangles, the mood of the painting changed. Some paintings felt happy, others quiet. Colors themselves changed. Blue looked different next to orange than it did next to beige. The same blue, but it looks different next to different colors. Color was not what it first appeared to be, but why? What else could it do? Determined to learn more, he set out to study color as carefully as a scientist. He started in the simplest way possible. In 1949, at the age of 61, Joseph began his exploration. First, he chose one shape, the most geometrically perfect shape, the square. Next, he picked the purest form of color, paint straight from the tube, no mixing. Last, there would be no overlapping of colors, just colors side by side. He painted squares within squares of different sizes and colors. Colors came to life like actors on a stage. One color stepped away, faded, and another popped forward. Colors became softer and louder. The yellow is the same in both squares, only the background has changed. But you can see it really is hard to see the yellow here, but very easy to see it here. One color became two. The green is the same in both squares, only the background has changed, but it looks lighter here and darker here. Or it changed into its opposite. Stare at this square for 30 seconds and now look here. And that's actually a scientific phenomenon called afterimage, which is really cool. What do you see? Colors can even disappear. Joseph kept making painting after painting of squares. With each painting, he proved that colors don't stand alone, they interact. I can kill the most brilliant red by putting it with violet, he said, and I can make the dullest gray in the world dance by setting it against black. Joseph put his findings into a book, Interaction of Color. It changed the way the art world looked at color and the way teachers taught art. The Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York recognized the importance of Joseph's study. It was the first time the museum ever gave a living artist a one-man show of his life's work. For 27 years, Joseph created images of squares, more than 1,000 of them. For him, there was no end to what he could learn about color. I'm not paying homage to a square, said Joseph. It's only the dish I served my craziness about color in. Today, his squares hang in art galleries around the world, showing that color alone, as simple as it is, can be an exciting form of art. And here's a picture of the real Josef Albers looking at some of his squares. And a little bit more about Josef Albers. If you're interested, you can pause the video and read. And a picture of the color wheel. I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed An Eye for Color. Bye, Labradors.